Welcome back into Saginaw. We're back underway here. Game number 2. There's Detroit City FC and Farmington kicking off here in this U14 boys matchup. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrad. We just finished the U19 State Cup final. That game ended in a 2-1 victory for the Nationals Macomb Select. Not much time to get ready for this next game, is immediately seeing pressure coming in here from Detroit City FC, I believe. And this is U14 boys.
These are primarily 8th graders getting ready to start high school here in the fall.
Ball comes in. Looking for first corner of the match. There, Dan. Ball comes in. And the first, both the 8:30 games did go into extra time.
We were able to avoid shootouts in those first 2 games as they were decided during the 2 15-minute overtime sessions. So if this game is not completed after 90 minutes, you will play 2 overtime periods to fruition.
Up this near side. Ball was blocked there for a moment, and a shot now.
Take a look around. Down. Stay tight, stay tight. Okay, you can stay tight.
Just 4 minutes into this game, just 1 corner kick. No shots thus far.
Ball is now shot. That's a save. Just trying to verify colors of the kits. I mean, my assumption is that Detroit City is in their white kits. I just don't have anything to verify that. I'm trying to work through that, Dan.
I can't see any like distinctive logos on these jerseys.
So it just doesn't say they're. Again, just the time between both broadcasts, just that was, obviously the biggest struggle, just going from one game to another.
We literally had about 4.5 minutes between the end of that game and the start of this one.
just to reset and whatnot. Do appreciate you tuning in here today. Ball comes in. Ball put in. So Farmington actually would be in the, I believe, the black kits, because number 13, Carson Seitz, is the one who just took that. There's not a 13 on the other rosters, so I'm going to go off that for now. So it looks as though I was right in that regard. So Detroit City FC is in their white kits, and they're going right to left on your screen, and Farmington is in their black kits going left to right. So throw-in coming up as Morgan Gill will make his way back here for Farmington. They're coached by Chino, Esfin Alpires, Rick Maas, Reese Williams and Tyler McManus are the coaches for Detroit City FC.
So Farmington will move, getting the ball into the box on that far side.
Look at this, as the ball was loose and now cleared away.
Farmington's picked up the pace here in the last minute or so. DCFC has a 1-0 shots advantage, 1-0 on target, and 1-0 on the quarter kick category. 6.5 minutes in, still 0-0.
So far we've seen DeAndre Brooks involved in a lot of the action for Detroit City. This ball over the top. You're going to see Brody Singer coming in. Ball was loose there for a moment. Camila Sauceda is the goalkeeper for Detroit City FC, and almost a mistake there defensively. So first corner of the match here for Farmington coming up. Ball comes in off the corner, hits off the crossbar, and out it will go.
Ball was kind of bending in. It did deflect off the top of that crossbar. You know, a few inches lower, that would have been bounced into the back into the field of play. Anything happened in a wild goal mile scrum. So Detroit City FC's U14 side escaping danger out that corner kick. The Farmington Fury.
So a free kick right at midfield, not a kickoff. Detroit City FC will play a 4-3-3 holding 4-3-3 as Daniel Brooks goes down hard. 40-minute halves in this one, so maybe a little more time, Dan, there at the conclusion of this game to kind of catch our breaths a little bit. Ball comes in. I love this answer, by the way, from Farmington and their response. So the Farmington Fury 2011, right? They're coached by Esfin Alpres, or also known as Chino. But Chino says in his question about what is your formation? Depends on the day, the opponent, the weather. Those three things are the factors in determining what they do and how they play. So there you go. I love the answer. I think it's one of the best answers I've seen so far. What will be your starting lineup on game day? Doesn't discuss that or disclose that until minutes before the game. So now this one will be shot from distance. That's blocked.
But you look at these two teams, quality seasons so far in 2025. Detroit City FC City Rouge, 5-0-1 in the State Cup. 19-7 scoring edge in the tournament. They defeated Nationals Macomb 3-2 in the quarterfinals, and in the semifinals they defeated Lakeshore SC out of Grand Haven, Michigan 3-2. In the regular season, they're currently 5-1-1 and in first place of the Michigan State Premier Soccer Program Premier 2 division. They have a 26-12 scoring edge in that league, and they did get to the semifinals of the state cup in their age group last season before they were knocked out by the Kalamazoo Kingdom 1-0. And Farmington SC Fury White 6-0-0 in the state tournament thus far, 19-3 scoring edge. They defeated the Plymouth Rain 2-1 in the quarters. Michigan Jags 4-0 in the semifinals. And then in the regular season, they are currently 5-3-0 and in second place in the Great Lakes Premier Division. 20-7 scoring edge in that league.
Appreciate you tuning in here today. We're live on the National Soccer Network and the MSYSA YouTube channel, where today we have 48 broadcasts in total, of which 8 of them are from the youth environment right here in the great state of Michigan. We're proud to have you watching wherever you're watching, near and far. This is available also on Roku TV. You can watch it on Roku by downloading the National Soccer Network Roku TV app and watch it right there. Also, obviously, you can watch it on your TV through any YouTube app on any one of your smart TVs. As the ball comes in off this corner, ball goes in. Oh, that one almost, I think it hit off the crossbar too.
Yeah, right off the upper 90.
Another one punched aside by the goalkeeper for Farmington. I believe that was Brian Abercrombie. So,
third corner kick coming up for DCFC Rouge here in the 12th minute. They opted to play the short corner. Early in the game, you have to find ways to kind of test the goalkeeper, test the defense a little bit. Bend the corner kick into the 6. Take some shots from distance. See what happens.
This ball, look at this, is out. This is number 12. Actually, looks like Garrett Moss might be the goalkeeper.
Come on, we gotta get over.
Another opportunity. That one fired from distance, and that's pushed aside. Actually, number 17, Elijah Marshall. So I do apologize, man. I said 3 different goalkeeper names in 2 minutes, so I do apologize for that. Elijah Marshall, number 72, is the goalkeeper. But a good save nonetheless for Marshall. Ball back in. Marshall kind of pushes it aside. Physical contact.
Dangerous cross. Detroit City starting to put a little bit of pressure on that back line of the Farmington Fury.
MFA with it inside the 18. Can they make it 1-1? Side. Jacob Dykstra.
Far side. Dylan Torres. Good move from Torres. That was Bryn Bias there on that far side.
AY.
15 minutes in, 0-0. Couple opportunities for both sides, but nothing to show for it as of yet. You're watching the U14 boys finals here at field number 3 at the Saginaw Soccer Complex. It's a beautiful day here in Saginaw as the ball kind of bounces over, just over Bryn Bias's head, and first time this team's ever played in a state final. Detroit City FC, they lost last year in the semifinals. And Farmington's never played in a final either. Ball be played over here to this near side, just getting out of danger. It will actually roll right off the field and out of touch. Both these teams fighting for a chance to play in Overland Park, Kansas here, coming up in June here, June 20th. So just about 3 weeks from today. Ball in the 18. It's poked away and cleared out towards McCarty Road. Detroit City SC, they've on their run here, they're 5-0-1, 19 goals for, 7 goals against. They won 3-2 over the Nationals Macomb in the quarterfinals. They won 3-2 over Lakeshore FC in the semifinals. They're currently first at 5-1-1 in the Michigan State Premier Soccer Premier 2 division with 26 goals for and 12 goals against. In the semifinals last year, they lost to Kingdom SC 1-0. Oh, Dan, you had mentioned that earlier as well. Talk about Farmington here now. Farmington 6-0. They're 19 goals for, 3 against. So they're defensively curious how that will shape up here today. They won 2-1 over Plymouth Rain. They won 4-0 over the Michigan Jaguars. Currently second at 5-3-0 in the Great Lakes Premier League as this ball comes in off the corner. Scored 20 goals and allowed 7. And last year, they were finalists. Lost 3-2 Kingdom SC. Now,
both these teams were knocked out by Kalamazoo Kingdom.
well, it's interesting because they ever played your state cup finals opponent before. Okay, so I guess I read that question wrong. So these guys lost in the state championship last year, did Farmington. So my apologies for that.
Both teams making some substitutions here in the 18th minute.
We'll play 2 40-minute halves here in this State Cup final. Detroit City SC in their all-white kits. Farmington in a black and gray kit. They're going left to right on your screen. Up that far side, that was Jarzewski. Into the 18. Good work. Slide across. Touch it in! Morgan Gill giving Farmington the 1-0 lead in the 19th minute.
First shot on frame results in game's first goal. 18 and a half minutes in.
Perfectly slotted ball, Dan. That makes its way in.
So you couldn't ask for a better pass. Just right through the goal crease. Morgan Gill there near the doorstep to tap her home. So just the second overall shot by the Farmington Fury. First on target results in the game's first goal. But a lot of minutes left to be played here in the first half in the game overall for DCFC to get an equalizer.
Ball now just outside the 18. Gavin Vargo was there. Up that far side. Ball makes its way right in the middle of the park. That's Dickerson. Looking for Garrett Moss. Jarzewski. And the flag did go up for offside.
Farmington Fury has picked up the pace in the last 3 or 4 minutes. They got that first goal in the 19th. DCFC had at one time a 4-0 shots advantage. They find themselves in a 1-0 hole, or now in the 21st minute. That goal kind of energized Farmington just a little bit. They've kept the pressure on the last 3 to 4 minutes on DCFC Rouge's back line.
Forrest right up the middle. Farmington doing a good job of getting that ball back. You can't put how important it is for a team who's already played in an environment like this and what that can do for you as far as confidence. Obviously, losing a game, in a state final, not easy to do and to overcome. But the reality is that it does give you that experience. All these players, I would imagine for the most part, who are part of this team from last year, remember that feeling. Remembering the feeling of not being able to
waste a trophy, yeah.
Yeah, and so, here they are today. They want to get it, and so the opponent that stands in front of them is Detroit City FC. Is Caleb Brissett. Touched up now to Torres.
It's kind of ironic both teams were knocked out by the Kalamazoo Kingdom in the bracket play of the State Cup tournament a year ago, and now these two sides get a chance to play for the Cup this year. This is the U14 Premier Division. It's mostly 8th grade young men getting ready to start high school in August and September. So tomorrow's stars today. We'll kind of monitor how these young athletes do at the club and high school levels here in the not too far distant future. A collision off a camera. DCFC player kind of wreathing down lower right-hand corner in a lot of pain here in the 23rd minute.
Take a look here at the other game happening right now. You can see it on your screen. It's 1-1 right now in on field number 6. The field player for Detroit City is up and moving around now, which is good to see.
Notice they are not using the scoreboard for this game, as the referee does keep the official time on the pitch. But on this pitch, we are in the 23rd minute, 1-0 in favor of the Farmington Fury here in the U14 Premier Division. Fury looking for their first State Cup crown in this age division.
So a drop ball. All put towards the 18. I just realized this. There's 2 13s on this roster for Farmington, so could make things interesting.
Yeah, they have both Carson.
And they have 2 12s too. Yeah, they have 2 12s.
I was just looking at that. Carson Seitz and Gavin Varga are listed as number 13, and Garrett Moss and Hyder Weiler listed as number 12 for Farmington, so I'm not sure exactly.
So I think what we should do, Dan, for this is we should do take first name, last name of both players, and mix them together, so that way, worst case scenario, you get just one of their either their first or last name wrong, right? So it's you go Garrett Weiler and Hyder Moss, something like that maybe, and Gavin Carson Varga and Gavin Seitz.
Yeah, we could do that. I will state the fact that this is not U7 Rec sports. This is a State Cup final. When I'm sorry, but when I watch a game in a State Cup environment or a high school tournament or a pre-professional or college or whatever level where things matter, I don't think you should be able to list on game day players with the same roster number. I don't understand how that's even legal. Shouldn't be.
Well, it's possible when they sent the rosters, and they're probably wearing different jerseys, is my guess, and that we just happen to have the or corrected numbers. No, I don't disagree with you. I don't know if I have the same disdain, though, as you
no,
did.
we cover a lot of like amateur and pre-professional, games here each spring and summer.
That is a heavy tackle, and that should be a yellow card. I mean, Brooks goes down.
He got hammered just about a yard out of the box. So
yeah, that would be. I was going to say that looks like should be a yellow card. Take another look at it right here. I mean, Brooks gets the edge. He does a good job of getting past the defender, and White Smith just.
No, that's an absolute blade takedown. Intentional yellow card was issued. So number 11, Brody Singer. There is only one number 11 listed on this roster, booked in the 25th minute, just a couple seconds before the beginning of the 26th. But he does set the table for the opposition, Detroit City FC Rouge. About 2 strides outside the box on the left side. Great opportunity. You send this into the 6, into that goal mouth area, and see if you can get a shot opportunity to see if you can get the equalizer.
Ball played short, and that was put into the 18. I believe the number 16. Don't have a 16 on our roster, Dan. Maybe I'm missing something there. Up that far side. Jaruzelski, that's going to be a yellow card. So yellow cards here. By the way, the yellow card was issued to number 22, Wyatt Smith here for Farmington here a few moments ago.
It's over, man. He made his decision. Organize now.
So now the Farmington Fury gets the ball about 25 yards out on that left side. So DCFC kind of missed opportunity not getting a shot off of their set piece, opting to play it outside the box. If you're Farmington, test the goalkeeper and defense on a set piece like this. You're within close range. Take a shot, put it towards the 6, do something to make something happen.
Ball is put back in the mix. It will end up going up and over the goal. First time stopping by here on the National Soccer Network. We appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, like us, and share this with your friends and family. Hey, if you're watching this on MSYSA's platform, also click that subscribe button. Take a look at all the sponsors here that are brought to you, the sponsors that are part of the MSYSA State Cup and that organization. Dick's Sporting Goods being one of them. Quick Goal. Marshall will pick it up. Sport Forms.
Can they get it on net? No. Great box out right there.
Under Armour, Wilson. Official trophy sponsor. Soccer Village. Good tackle. All put, that's not a bad ball in the middle of the park, just unable to get enough on it. Settle down. Ball goes out of play. All played over the top. Running onto this is Jaruzelski. Down by the end line. Maybe looking to cut it back. Oh, a fall. Jaruzelski. Good work by Morales. That's Gail Morales, and that will actually last touch off of Detroit City. And now a throw-in coming up here for Morgan Gill and the Farmington Fury. Again, they scored a goal here in the early going of this game.
Morgan Gill tallied in the 19th minute for Farmington.
Ball, and that one finds the back of the net, but the flag did go up for offsides. Take another look at it here, Dan.
Second time they've been whistled for an offsides. The ball kind of kicked back out near that end line, but player was in an offside position.
Good finish.
It's a little bit unfortunate for Farmington Fury, but they still try to protect the 1-0 advantage.
Tracked down by Brooks. So about 10 minutes to go here in this first half. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrat. The ball comes into the 18 and now kind of cleared away. All played up over midfield and kind of popped right back up. Brooks now in the 18. Brooks will fire a shot with the left foot, just can't get enough on it. And right into the hands of Marshall.
Header not able to connect. Nick leaves that one too high.
Really sure what the delay is here. The referee jogs over all the way from midfield over to the Farmington Fury goalkeeper.
Something like a drop ball right into the hands of the goalie.
Just crossed into the 33rd minute. Farmington Fury trying to protect their 1-0 advantage. Morgan Gill, number 17, slotting his shot home in the 19th to provide his side with a 1-0 lead here in the first half. This is the U14 Premier Division. This is the second round of state cup finals here at the Saginaw Township Soccer Complex. Had a pair of double overtime games in the first session. Nationals Macomb rallied for a 2-1 double overtime victory over the Saline FC. Then over in the U15 division, the Premier, Michigan Stars came away with a 1-0 victory over the Michigan Wolves. Again, that game also went to double overtime. Still a lot of soccer yet to be played here in this game. Just 34th minute now.
Seven minutes to go here in this first half. Collision right there as Lagos goes down.
So the U14 division, so these will be two 40-minute halves, unlike the U19-18 division, which was 45-minute halves. Over on the adjacent field, number 6. No juries on the call of that match.
So Brooks, he's in the 18. Ball's on his right foot, now on his left, trying to slot it towards the penalty spot, but good defensive work from Farmington. Look at that, almost making its way. I think that was Galinda, number 17. Galindo. This one is last touched.
This is the fourth corner kick of the match coming up in the waning minutes of the first half for DCFC Rouge.
This ball comes in, hit off the head of Torres. Now here comes Farmington in transition. One back though by Detroit City FC.
Detroit City FC Rouge. You look at their youth club system, the youth club systems of the Michigan Jaguars, Midwest United Nationals. Those are 4 clubs that are expanding through a lot of Michigan. With the Farmington Fury, it's pretty much kids that live in Farmington and Farmington Hills. Kids that will go to Farmington and North Farmington High School here in the near future. We watched that first game, Saline FC. Mostly kids that go to Saline High School play in their different age groups. There are sprinkling of players from Ann Arbor and Milan and some other communities out in that area of the state, but they played Nationals Macomb in that U18 and U19 Premier Division, and that side had a multitude of players from over a dozen high schools in Macomb and Olkin counties, so it's a little bit different range of pools where these players are coming from depending on which team is on the pitch. 37th minute though on this pitch in particular here in the U14 Premier Division.
So a free kick coming up. This ball comes in, it's headed away.
Looks like the halftime whistle has been blown.
I did mention that we were maybe off by a minute or two, so it was definitely possible just because of the timing in between games. But hey, that will be the first half of this one. And again, Farmington scores in the 19th minute. Take a look at it right here on your screen. We'll put it up and push it in here for you. But there it is a great slotted ball. Morgan Gill with a one-time shot in the back of the net. And just like that, Farmington Fury headed into the halftime break with a 1-0 lead. 40 minutes down. 40 minutes to go. Farmington Fury looking to hold off and hoist a state championship trophy. In their way stands Detroit City. We'll find out after this.
Looks great.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Whether you're a beginner coach or a seasoned professional, one thing remains the same: the passion to teach and inspire the next generation of players. Now imagine a place where you could share your coaching knowledge, connect with others, and create a lasting impact. Welcome to the ultimate coaching community, where coaches from all levels can create and share their own courses. Whether you have years of experience or you're just getting started, this is your chance to make your voice heard. Create your own personalized courses, share drills, strategies, and tips, and watch as your knowledge reaches coaches from all corners of the soccer world. With a platform designed for sharing, learning, and growing, you're not just teaching the game, you're creating a community of like-minded coaches, all striving to be the best they can be. Together, we'll elevate the game and support one another to be better, stronger coaches.
The 2025 UDM Boys Summer College Prospect ID Camp is designed for field players and goalkeepers seeking exposure to college coaches, professional training sessions, competitive matches, and insight into the college soccer environment. Directed by the UDM men's soccer staff, this camp is ideal for players serious about advancing their soccer careers. On July 26 and 27, the camp becomes a perfect platform for aspiring athletes to showcase their talent and commitment. For more information and to register, visit DetroitMercySoccerCamps.com.
The Flint City Bucks are Michigan's top soccer franchise with 4 national championships, 9 conference titles, and 15 Great Lakes Division titles. They have produced 107 players for Major League Soccer, and they focus on attracting top talent and shaping soccer's future. Michigan Bucks Academy joins NLS Next new competition tier starting in September of 2025. This offers elevated levels of play and flexibility for high school participation. The Academy will provide premier development, high-performance training, and exposure to scouts through regional regional tournaments, and MLS Next events. For more information on tryouts, training programs, and key updates as we prepare for our first season in MLS Next new tier, visit MichiganBucksAcademy.com.
Welcome back here into Saginaw Soccer Complex. A live look there at field number 6. It's 1-1 in the second half as Revolution and Liverpool IA in a battle here for a championship, just like Detroit City FC and Farmington Fury. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickert. Happy to have you along wherever you're watching here on this Saturday almost afternoon. It is 1-0 here at the half. Farmington Fury getting the lone goal. It is 54 degrees. Starting to warm up, Dan. It was 48 to start the morning. Now it's 54. What will we see here as far as the temperature? It is Michigan. Nobody knows.
You look at that first half, though. Detroit City FC Rouge, 5-3 on total shots, 4-1 with shots on frame, 4-2 on corner kicks. Farmington SC Fury, their only shot on frame resulted in the game's only goal. That came back in the 19th minute. Morgan Gill chased down a slotted ball in traffic, kind of a sliding shot, puts it into the back of the net at the doorstep. And that's where we stand as we start half number 2.
So back underway here. It's the U14 Boys Premier State Championship matchup between Detroit City FC and the Farmington Fury. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickert. Detroit City in their all-white kits going left to right on your screen, and Farmington Fury in their all-black and gray kits going right to left. You are watching this on the National Soccer Network YouTube and Roku TV, as well as the MSYSA YouTube channel. Appreciate you stopping on by wherever you're watching here today. Appreciate it nonetheless. We did turn on the chat functionality on the MSYSA YouTube channel, and I also put a poll together there as well. So get your votes in. 7 votes so far for Farmington. 7 votes have come in. Farmington has your lead right now. 57% you said they're going to win this thing. Detroit City has 43% of your vote on NSN YouTube channel. Voting right now. I did not even start a vote, so there you go. My bad, Dan.
So Farmington Fury trying to protect their 1-0 advantage here. Just 3 total shots and 1 on frame. Detroit City SC on the move here to start the second half. Just $1:35 into the second half. We're going to throw in deep in Fury territory.
Now a shot. That's not a bad shot at all. And Marshall diving to his left makes the save. And they'll look at it here. Well struck ball. One time, too.
Perfectly placed shot towards that right goal post from about 22 yards out. Right idea. Test that goalkeeper coming out of the gate here in the second half. And they must find a way to get an equalizer here in the second half.
We did see it in that first game, Dan. We saw, the Nationals go down 1-0 in the, I believe it was the 17th minute of that game. And, they went into the halftime break down that 1-0 lead. And then they found a goal, in the 58th minute. And then ultimately got the game winner in the 111th minute. So, we've seen it, coming from behind, right? That's not the preferred, route, but, you'll take it, right? I don't think anyone's going, wow.
A victory is a victory. You watched the first 30 minutes of that U18, U19 Premier Division game. Saline FC came out more aggressive the first 30, 35 minutes of the game. Outshot Nationals Macomb by a significant margin. And the Nationals kind of picked it up late in the first half. They actually outshot their opponent in the second half in both overtime periods. Saline, however, did have double digits in corner kicks in that game. Just missed opportunity after missed opportunity. Nationals Macomb came away in that U18, U19 Premier Division with the State Cup trophy. Michigan Stars in the U15 division defeated the Michigan Wolves 1-0 in that game. This is the second round of games here. Two-day kind of extravaganza. Saginaw Township Soccer Complex is the place. All your games here on the National Soccer Network. Glad to be part of these games. We had a lot of fun last fall out in Brighton, Michigan. Now we're up in Saginaw for 14 total games over a two-day period. It's an injury, so we'll see what's going on here. A cramp of some type or wind knocked out of you, I'm not sure. Player kind of lifting his hips, doing the bridge. This will clearly add some stoppage time on to the end of the second half.
I would say, Dan, you want to probably leave, warning to the players. Maybe you should. Maybe obviously they know more about it than we do, but maybe not. Maybe not shake players' legs. It looked like he wasn't moving there for a second, so you don't want to cause any damage. But the youth. The Utes, as in my kids and Vinny, we were talking about that earlier this morning, right? The Utes. What's a Ute?
What is a Ute?
Youth. Only the parents out there who grew up in the 90s would probably know that whole reference, but and maybe those who went to film school. I think that's really it, right? Because, I feel like the classic movies of the day, right? The Breakfast at Tiffany's, the Breakfast Club, right? Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right? Those movies.
My Cousin Vinny, I think, was one of my favorite movies of blues.
I don't know if it makes it into the classics. So I don't know if
I meant for 1993. That was I saw that in the theaters. I've seen it multiple times on cable over the years. Still get a couple chuckles off that movie.
I think My Cousin Vinny and Die Hard are the two you can just watch. Doesn't matter. You can just keep watching them all the time. They just whatever. If they're on every day, just watch them. I feel like those are two movies that you could just do that with.
A Few Good Men.
That's also a good one too. Yes, that's right. That's good, right? There's a whole list of movies we could list off here, but we got some soccer going on here. 47th minute. It's 1-0 in favor of Farmington. Looking to claim their first state championship. Fell short last year to the Kingdom in the final. Well, that's a hard tackle. His Tropic ZZR says, let's go Farmington. And his Vihan Vempati says, vamos Brody. That'd be Brody Singer. I'll actually hit, look at hell, the referee for their second there. It's a bad bounce. Brzezinski, he'll look to fire a shot that goes up and over. Not a bad look at all.
So that was the first shot of the second half for Farmington from distance. We're now in the 48th minute. Just a few minutes into the second half, about 7.5 minutes in.
This is game 3 of 4 here today. So game 2 of 4 today here on this field number 3. There are 8 games here this morning and afternoon as we are officially into the afternoon.
All the games will be played on fields number 3 and 6 today and tomorrow. You see some teams on other fields warming up.
Ball played into 18, actually going out of touch down there at the end line, out for a goal kick. Settle down. Static.
Notice that our photographers are up on a perch. We did hire a scaffolding company to go out there and create a makeshift press box for the camera crew here today and tomorrow. So shout out to Akshay and his crew for heading out to Saginaw, Michigan to film all 14 games for NSN.
Throwing coming up here on this near side. Aiden Hunter will put it back in for Detroit City SC. Looking to find an answer to that 19th minute goal from Morgan Gill. Hunter. Stakey played that one up that far side. Vasquez will track it down for Detroit City SC.
Come help AI. Come help AI. It's not getting out of here. It's not getting out of here. There you go.
Hunter. Look at this now. Ball played up. Arzuski into the 18. Cuts it back on his left foot. Well, actually hits off the hand. So player is falling down, so will not be called. Referee acknowledged it. Ball put back in towards that far post. Hunter gets a touch on it. Ball loose. Now a free shot that is just popped up in the air. Sebastian Alvarez Stakic just couldn't get over that ball.
Ball's kind of bouncing in the box. Just kind of corral it and get a quality shot off. So here in the second half, 2-1 shots in favor of Farmington. Both teams had one shot on frame here in the second half. 52nd minute now. Farmington Fury still trying to protect that 1-0 advantage. For anyone who joined us late, Morgan Gill scored off a pass from Reed Lawazin in the 19th.
Good look from Reed Lozian. Flag did go up though for offside.
Third time this game that Farmington has been whistled for an offside player.
All up this near side, makes its way out. "48 games today here for the National Soccer Network, maybe even 49. It went from 61 to 48. I might have gotten a couple more back. All starting off this morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, all the way through midnight here. We've got games all across the country, from the East Coast to the West Coast, to the North, to the South. From the Women's Premier Soccer League to USL League 2. Everywhere in between. So if you haven't been here before, check it out. A lot of games. Got games in Green Bay Glory coming up here. That's in Green Bay, Wisconsin. That game will kick off here at 1 p.m. Eastern. Doubleheader, I believe, for Green Bay here today. Got a game down in Indiana in FC Pride. We've got FC Monmouth of the League for Clubs. That game's kicking off here. Sorry, Women's Premier Soccer League. That game kicks off here in the New Jersey area later this evening. Also have in Arizona, Texas, Florida. Had games in Georgia and Arizona last night. So this ball comes in from Brody Singer. Not a bad ball off the crossbar. Sauceda gets a touch on it. Don't know how that didn't go in. Look at this ball, Dan. Comes in and just gets a touch and somehow pushes it aside. Sauceda coming up big. All off the corner. Shot is fired and goes wide.
That was a great save. You almost like trying to go up for a rebound in traffic. That ball was punched over the crossbar. Sauceda, great stop. Just 2 saves here today. But that was huge to keep this game 1-0. Keep his team into the contest. Still trying to find an equalizer. DCFC trails 1-0 here in the 55th. About 25 plus minutes left here in the second half.
Ball up this near side, makes its way out.
From deep, but just outside on the left.
Ball goes out. Sorry, foul called. So I think this is actually a throw-in. I apologize. Thrown in by Godu. Ball kind of popped up just inside the 18. Pushed out to, I believe, Moss. Looking for teammate in Graydon Jaruzelski. We haven't seen much from Detroit City FC in this second half. They've had some moments of possession as a free kick was just called and given to Detroit City FC.
DCFC just 1 shot overall, 1 shot on frame here in the second half. For a team that's down 1-0, they've cooled down quite a bit. They do have a set piece out near midfield to try to get things going here in the 57th.
Ball kind of makes his way into the 18. Oh, look at this opportunity. It goes in. The equalizer here from Detroit City in the 57th minute. Almost as a shocker because the ball, the way the goalkeeper came out, Marshall, it didn't look like that was going to go in, Dan.
The ball was served from like near midfield. They got the ball into the box.
It was put in the back of the net by Brissett. And finds its way in, and it's now 1-1. All equal here, Dan.
That came off a set piece about 3 or 4 yards into DCFC territory. They sent it long down into the center of the park. Ball went down to that left side. Caleb Brissett was there to take a left footer and put that into the back of the net. We're all tied at 1 apiece. Just the second shot on frame of the second half for DCSC. It results in that equalizer. See if they can carry anybody with momentum now they've tied this game.
My goodness, Dan. I mean, like the way it happened. You saw DeAndre Brooks. He was going towards that ball, and just before, and it kind of played in, and just before Marshall can try to get to it, you see Caleb Brissett just get his left foot on it and puts it home. Jaruzelski.
Wasn't a ton of pace on that shot, just enough to kind of squeak it over the goal line. And sometimes that's all it takes. You don't necessarily have to have a glorious goal, but a little bit of space, just the right timing. Put the ball in the back of the net. That's the boost DCFC Rouge needed to get back into this game. It's all equalized here, and we're now in the 59th. Farmington Fury went up 1-0 in the 19th. DCFC Rouge tied it in the 57th. We're now in the 59th minute of play, so about 21 minutes left here in the second half. But this sets the stage. Will there be a glorious goal from either team? Maybe a late game tally to help his side to a state championship here in the U14 Premier Division. Still plenty of time for either team to get that go-ahead goal. DCFC has a 7-6 overall shots advantage thus far. 6-3 with shots on frame. 4-3 on corner kicks. The only statistical category really matters at the end of this game is up on that scoreboard. We're still tied at 1 apiece.
Ball back in play. 20 minutes to go in this one. Terzuski. Ball played towards his near side, and now a foul has been called. Ball comes in off that free kick. You're just joining us here. A goal in the 19th minute from number 17, Morgan Gill. Open up the scoring here in this first half, and then the equalizer from Caleb Brissett here, but just a few minutes ago in the 58th minute. Ball's loose in the 18, pot back. Now a one-time shot, that one's blocked as well. Another chance coming up here for Stakik, and
2 shots blocked. Farmington Fury still able to retain possession. Finally, DCFC clears it out towards midfield, but those are some dangerous opportunities. Defenders sticking their legs, their bodies out to stop those shots. But right idea for Farmington Fury. Sometimes you just have to take any type of shot. You never know what could happen off a deflection.
Take a look at what's happening over on the other field. 56 minutes, 1-1 still here. Both teams tied up. Same outcome over here right now. So we saw this earlier. 1-1 seems to be the score line of the day.
There's no blowouts here today thus far. 4 tightly contested matches.
Hard collision, nothing doing there, says the referee crew.
Over 4 games, 12 total goals scored between the 8:30 and 11 a.m. matches. It's the 11 a.m. match, so as you said a few minutes ago, we are now in the afternoon hours here at the Saginaw Township Soccer Complex. You mentioned in that first game, Jonathan, how long this facility has hosted games. I remember as early as the early 1990s when I was in college that teams were heading up to Saginaw for state cups and even Midwest regional tournaments. A very well maintained soccer complex, a lot of history. The youth club circuit over the last 30 years plus.
Flag goes up for offside.
It's the fourth time this game that the Farmington Fury been whistled for an offside player. We are now in the 64th minute, just seconds away from crossing into the 65th. So just under 16 minutes left here in the second half, still tied. Farmington Fury 1, DCFC Rouge 1.
Shot taken from way deep, just outside from Albury. Shot number 10 from MFA.
Who will step up between these two teams and deliver a glorious goal here?
Far to the left.
Up that far side. Singer. Dickerson out wide.
That ball kind of squeaks through down the middle of the park. Forcing Saucedo off his line at top of the box to clear it. Both teams kind of trading off attacks here in the second half.
Right side. Oh, losing control right there. Monterelli. Now Williams.
Both teams playing a little bit of high pressure, trying to force those back lines to make a crucial mistake. I'm sure both teams would love to decide this in regulation with a late goal.
Ball down by the end line, picked up by Saucedo.
Ball kind of bounced off pair of defender. Saucedo there kind of jumping down on that ball to make sure no additional shot was taken on that attack.
Ball right around midfield. Getting closer and closer to the business end of this match. It's 1-1.
Trying to get one. Sale able to get up to it.
Ball into the 18. Can last touch off the head of Gail Morales. And out for a corner kick.
So this will be the fourth corner kick of the match coming up for the Farmington Fury. Both teams now have 4 corner kicks in this match. Now we're now in the 68th minute. Just about 12 and a quarter minutes left here in the second half.
The ball high in the air. Up goes Saucedo. It's still up in the air. Now loose. Headed back in the mix. Still kind of popping around. Loose ball still. Still trying to get on the end of one and finally cleared away.
A lot of congestion in that box. DCFC doing a great job of clearing that ball. Farmington only had 1 shot on that kind of attack. Shot was blocked. Now DCFC on the move.
Look at this. Got Brissett. He was making his way down, and his pocket was picked. And Bias kind of dives in, and Brody Singer, good ball. Berzuski was there, but Sauceda got there first.
Doesn't necessarily have to be pretty. Both teams just looking to find a way to get that go-ahead goal. Time is starting to tick. We're now in the 70th minute. Just under 11 minutes left in this game. Will the goal come off a set piece? Will it come off a goal mouth scrum? Will it come off a breakaway, a corner kick? You're all level at one apiece late in the second half. Just looking for that one opportunity to get the go-ahead goal. Right now, Farmington Fury on the move. Farmington doing a good job in the second half of their possession game.
Oh, that's a great ball! Touched aside by Sauceda. I believe he just got a smack on it there, Dan. He kind of smacked it away.
Yeah, I mean,
it hit off the chest, I believe, of Jarzewski. Let's take a look at this one again. I mean, yeah, just kind of chest, and then he just kind of smacks it away. Look at that. What a fantastic save.
Sauceda did not have to make a save in the first half. He's had 3 here in the second half. As Farmington has been the more aggressive team in the second half. They have a 7-2 overall shots advantage, 3-2 with shots on frame, and 2-0 on corner kicks here in the second half. Now in the 71st minute, they've been a little bit more dangerous. They did concede a goal here to DCFC, which tied it up in the 57th. But as this game presses on, Farmington Fury starting to put a little bit more pressure on that back line. They would love nothing more to get that go-ahead goal here late in the second half. 71st minute. We're just about ready to cross into the 72nd.
Yep, go on, AI. You good, AI? Let's go. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Up that far side. Ball just goes out of play. Throw-in coming up for Brooks and Detroit City FC. Ball put back over the top. Out will come Marshall. Oh, look at this. Sauceda gets a grab in the air.
That cross turned into a shot. That was destined for the left post, and Sauceda leaps high in traffic to snare that one. Keep this game tied.
Ball looking towards Brooks. Brooks playing it that far side. Good looking ball, but picked up there by Nicholas Hurd. Jarzewski now. Ball's on his right foot. A little shove in the back from Hurd, and didn't see an advantage. Dickerson. A foul has been called. So a free kick coming up here for Farmington. Ball comes in off the free kick and pops up. Now Sauceda again going through traffic, using all of his height. So Sauceda with the ball in his hand.
Bending in, Zale gets hit. Going down. Rally. Cool now, trying to go on a quick counter attack.
Brooks throws it in. Mata. This ball played into the 18. We saw the goals here a couple minutes back. When Brissett sneaks one by Marshall to equalize this game. This is how we got here. This is the first goal of this game. Again, putting in by 17 Morgan Gill, and then here is the equalizer right here. Again, Brissett, opportunistic, sneaks one past Marshall. And that's where we are right now on this one. 76th minute. Getting towards the business end of this one. Seems so far on this day, no one has an interest in winning in regulation, Dan.
It's looking more and more like overtime sessions will be played in this game. 4 minutes left here in the second half. Still enough time for either team to get a great opportunity. This sport is all about finishing in the end.
Still 1-1 on the other field here across the way. Ooh. Ball put in towards top of the 18 on our side. Stay kick will go down. So a free kick coming up here for Farmington.
This looks to be about 40 yards out, but kind of send this high into the wind, try to get it in the box, see what you can make happen here in the final 3 minutes of the second half. So just crossed into the 78th minute on the National Soccer Network.
Ooh, a yellow card was just issued, looked like. Nope, maybe it was just the whistle. It's got a yellow whistle. Apologize. Seitzer Vargas puts this one past that far post. That was actually way closer than maybe you thought. Take a look at it here. This is
a lot of pace on that from distance, though.
Put the wrong one in. Apologizes. It was a lot closer than it looked, though, Dan. As this ball now, Jarzewski has it at his feet. Under pressure, two defenders. Dickerson was right there, but one back now by Detroit City FC. Foul called. Well, that's what I said. That's the end of regulation. I know we're not off by 2 minutes, Dan. I don't know. Okay. Well, there we go. 78th minute, but we're going to go into extra time. This game is headed to extra time. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here to start overtime once again here in Saginaw.
Looks great.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click. Whether you're a beginner coach or a seasoned professional, one thing remains the same: the passion to teach and inspire the next generation of players. Now imagine a place where you could share your coaching knowledge, connect with others, and create a lasting impact. Welcome to the ultimate coaching community, where coaches from all levels can create and share their own courses. Whether you have years of experience or you're just getting started, this is your chance to make your voice heard. Create your own personalized courses, share drills, strategies, and tips, and watch as your knowledge reaches coaches from all corners of the soccer world. With a platform designed for sharing, learning, and growing, you're not just teaching the game, you're creating a community of like-minded coaches, all striving to be the best they can be. Together, we'll elevate the game and support one another to be better, stronger coaches.
Welcome back here into Saginaw Soccer Complex. That could have been it, but nope. Couldn't put it in the back of the net. They just want to keep playing here in Saginaw, so why not?
Why not?
Why not? We'll take a live look here at the other field. That's currently tied as this one comes in, and that one goes up and over. So a good look at field number 6. But we are back here for this matchup as we are in extra time. We'll play 2-minute extra time. Sorry, 2 10-minute extra times. Well, that's 2 minutes sounds a lot better, though. But
this is the third game where it has reached overtime. And then that fourth game on field number 6, they are just a couple minutes away from potentially going into overtime as well. So
we are back underway here at field 3 of the Saginaw Soccer Complex. John Turner alongside Dan Stickrad. Happy to have you along wherever you're watching, near and far. Apologize again, we just don't happen to have a jersey number or name associated with number 13, so unfortunately can't help you in regards to that, but it's not uncommon for a player to, in their excitement and overjoyed, to not grab the right jersey, and coach has to grab one out of the bag and say, here we go, right? Happens all the time. I feel like there should be something to do, like there should be like some kind of a tool, Dan, that would remind a player about their uniform. some kind of a tool.
An app, right? Some kind of app on your phone. Like
you are
leaving your residence to get in your car without your jersey.
something to help out with that process. Young athletes forgetting their jerseys at home as both players kind of coming to a head here right at midfield.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I played soccer, baseball, and ran track. And I don't recall ever not bringing my jersey and my cleats and my equipment. I couldn't wait to be an athlete. I couldn't wait for a game, track meet, whatever the case would be. I couldn't wait. And Farmington Fury can't wait for another corner kick. This will be their 5th of the match here. About a minute and a half into the first overtime session.
Remember, we were tied in that first matchup 1-1 going into the second overtime, second extra time period, and that's when, in the 111th minute, Travis Claypool put one in to give the Nationals a 2-1 lead and the victory. And then U19, as this ball comes in, Saucedo will go up, grab it in the air. He's been good in this one so far, Dan. He's had a number of saves and
5 official saves, but he's been able to come off his line and snare a handful of crosses. He commands his box with authority.
And to think about where he's at right now, I don't know how tall he is, but he can't be more than 5'7". He's playing all of 6'3" is what it feels like.
He looks every bit of a middle school 8th grader. He is not very tall. He could be in a couple years. You never know. Boys have a tendency to have growth spurts much later than, females at that age.
Brooks in a battle up this near side. He'll win the battle. Puts it into the 18. Loose ball that skirts past that far post.
So 3 minutes into overtime, session number 1. Farmington Fury has a 1-0 shots advantage here in the first OT.
Ball comes in. Battle up that far side. 74th minute. Watching the Mississippi State Youth Soccer Association State Cup Finals on the National Soccer Network and the MSYSA YouTube channel, as well as Roku TV. Appreciate you being a part of this today. we continue to see these bubbles where moms and dads will call home during a soccer game now. That I'm sure that my parents wished were around back when we were playing back in the day, is all put into the 18, not cleared away, put right back in the mix towards that back far post, heavy first touch, and that's cleared away. Ball was put in by Ronald Dickerson. This is fired towards Sauceda. We've seen it here a couple times today. We actually saw it happen in that Michigan Stars, Michigan Wolves game back in game number 1, where the ball came in. It just kind of had an awkward bounce, went in the back of the net, and the Michigan Stars winning over the Michigan Wolves in that first game.
It was a U15 division. Sometimes all it takes is a lucky bounce. Doesn't necessarily have to be a thing of beauty. If it counts on the scoreboard, that's what matters most. On our scoreboard here in game number 3, U14 Premier Division, Farmington Fury up 1-0 at the half. DCFC leveled in the second half. And that's where we stand right now. We are 5.5 minutes into the first overtime session. The Fury 2-0 in terms of shots on goal, and 1-0 on corner kicks here in the overtime period.
And ball just kind of shot up in the air and out of play. Going to see a number 15 make their way onto the field for Detroit City. Don't happen to have a 15 on my roster. Can we apologize for that? Collision, hard collision, as now Farmington looking to answer that equalizer. Just outside the 18. Jarzewski was there for Farmington as it's cleared away. That was a shot from distance that goes wide. All out of play. 78th minute.
Shot taken from deep. Darling in front of it. Oaks not able to keep it. Bradley trying to get it back. Big shove from Williams. Chaos happening inside that 18-yard box.
Now another ball that far side. Lagos.
Header ahead. Oh, just missed.
All loose ball makes its way over this near side. Detroit City continuing to press. We've seen a lot more from them in this second half. Vasquez puts one in, and that one will go wide.
So first shot of the overtime period for DCFC, wide of target. Farmington Fury more aggressive here in the second half and in the first overtime period. We're now in the 79th minute, crossing into the 80th. 9 minutes and change into the first overtime period. can see players, some teams that will be in the next round of games warming up on adjacent fields.
Contact, yeah, early.
Farmington slotting a ball up that far side, looking for Jarzewski. Jarzewski right there is now Dylan Torres. Sends one up. Brooks, that's a good settle by Brooks. Brooks just outside the 18, will cut back. Brooks fires one into the box. Trying to run onto what was Jose Lagos. They're going to call this a corner.
All the way to the opposite end. Get it going to the net.
DCFC Rouge had 4 corner kicks in the first half. Unable to generate another one until now. 10 minutes into the first overtime period, so we're just seconds away from that intermission between the first and second overtime sessions. Can DCFC be able to create a chance and convert to take the lead?
Ball comes in. Marshall gets a touch on it. That one punched away. There was a time when you were required, as part of the 5 jersey requirements, 5 different colors in the field, that goalies had to wear different colors. But that will bring this first extra time to an end. We'll talk about that here on the other side. It's 1-1. We'll step aside. 2-minute break. Farmington Fury, Detroit City FC. All notched up, 1 apiece.
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Welcome you back into Saginaw Soccer Complex. Get ready to get back underway here with this second extra time period. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickred. Happy to have you wherever you're watching near and far. You love overtime. Well, we've had it all day here today, so you're going to keep getting it.
3 for 3. There's another game late in regulation and on field number 6. This is field number 3, halftime number 2 of game 2 on this complex. Still Farmington Fury 1, DCFC Rouge 1. 12 seconds into the second overtime. Will there be a glorious moment? Will there be a glorious goal here in the second overtime session? Both teams would love to settle matters before A dreaded shootout will take place. 9.5 minutes to go.
Next game is scheduled to kick off at 1:30, so there might be a break. We don't know. We did call our union rep, and they said that they would let us know. All kidding aside.
A lot of paid and unpaid volunteers go into the efforts of holding these youth tournaments.
Live look here, Dan, at this free kick. Is this going to be a game winner here for, and it will not, is this trying to bring that one in. So
it's the U17 Premier Division game over on Field 6. But I was giving a shout out to all the people that sacrificed their time to put on tournaments like this. It takes an army of people at the front gates, setting up the, hotels for travel, taking care of these fields. Sometimes parents and players show up to play a game in whatever sport they play, not thinking about how many people work in the background to set these types of tournaments up.
Look at this now. Into the 18. Look at it slide across it in! Farmington in the 83rd minute, 2-1. It was scored by number 13, but we've got two of them, so we'll give credit to Gavin Varga and we'll give credit to Carson Seitz. So either way, take another look at the goal here, Dan. I mean, you just can't ask for a better finish. I mean, poked one near the near post. What a great run into the 18 and just puts it past Sauceda on that near side. And now you've got Farmington with a 2-1 lead here. Back underway. Dan, we saw this in that first game, Dan, where you had the team in the Nationals that were down 1-0 going into the halftime. They scored the eventual equalizer in the second half, and then they got the go-ahead goal in the 111th, and then we see it here now. Farmington, which took the 1-0 lead back in the 19th minute. Then there was an equalizer from Detroit City in the 58th, and that's where things kind of stood up until a couple minutes ago. We're in the 83rd minute. Farmington gets the goal, scored by number 13.
It's every bit of a small youth club. You look at the Farmington Inferior, they're pulling kids out of Farmington, Farmington Hills, a little bit from that Livonia-Clarenceville district, which is part in Livonia, part in the Farmington area. Not pulling from a huge radius on a map. They put together quite a season here in 2025 with this talented group, which is up 2-1 here in the second overtime session. 5.5 minutes left. Can the Fury hang on?
So I think it's Carson Seitz. They're saying in there, right wing. I believe it's Carson Seitz. That's what we're going to go with, Dan. So I'm gonna go with Carson Seitz. That's who I'm gonna stick with, and I think I did mention that kind of like, and I also gave credit to others. As this ball's cleared away, good work defensively. I think that's Brody Singer that cleared that one out for a throw-in.
I stated my case in both games here today, where rosters are printed More than one player wearing a particular jersey number.
Ooh, Brody's almost slid right into Marshall. Detroit City trying to find an equalizer here with 4 minutes to go in this game. Torres. Ooh, he goes down inside the 18. Gets right back up, though. That one's finally going to go out for a corner.
So 6th corner kick of the match coming up for DCFC Rouge. And they only have 3.5 minutes left here in the second overtime session. They're trying to find an opportunity to get an equalizer. Perhaps force a shootout. When you're down to 3.5 minutes, you're down. There will be no more overtimes, and you have a player just kind of walking over the corner flag. You're down to your last 3.5 minutes. A little bit of sense of urgency is needed.
All be put back in by Vasquez. Ball comes in, not bad. Over Marshall towards that back post. Bias tries to pull it back, and this one cleared away. Leave out for a throw-in.
A lot of corner kicks in both matches here today. Field number 3. This will be corner kick number 7 coming up for DCFC. 87-43 up on the scoreboard. Less than 2.5 minutes left here in the second overtime session.
Ball comes in towards that near post, right back to where it came from. Bad touch, looking to pass that maybe into the middle, and didn't go the direction they wanted it to.
In a situation like that, you can't look for a short pass. You need to send the ball back into the goal mouth area.
Look at this. This is the ball loose inside the 18. Brooks try to play it back to Hunter. A battle will ensue here on the near side, and
89th minute now. 1.5 minutes left in the second overtime. Farmington Fury clinging to that 2-1 advantage here late.
Brooks pops it up. A little shove there. That's going to be called every single time. You see Brooks not happy with Torres. It's spot on from Brooks. You know, you want your teammate to not give up kind of silly fouls, and especially the obvious ones. If you want to go up shoulder to shoulder, get it. But in that moment, you want to see Torres keep his composure, and Brooks showing his frustration with his teammate. Look at this ball to the top, though. Wow, what a ball! Pass Sauceda! 3-1!
That came off a free kick, literally at the top of the 18, sent long. In the 90th minute, a breakaway.
Wow, and we'll take another look at this one here, and you're right, it did. It came off, and that was put away by Alvarez Stakic, number 16, and that will be possibly the nail in the coffin here this afternoon for Detroit City FC as they find themselves down 3-1 here in extra time.
And now we are into stoppage time at the end of the second overtime period. Farmington just seconds away from claiming the State Cup crown, up 2-0.
Ball was put in on Marshall, and how that ball all the way, Dan, from on that free kick. We'll play that whole kind of sequence because I think that's important. I mean, this wasn't like, and again, what the result of getting forward, right? What are you doing when you're down a goal? You're getting numbers forward, trying to give yourself an opportunity, to go win this game. Let's take a look at it here. This is the sequence right here. It comes from the top of the 18. It's literally marked on the 18, right? This is Brody Singer. He's going to fire a ball that goes about 40 yards in the air, okay? So it's actually more than that, 60 yards in the air. And he plays his ball. Look at this. And
right about 20 yards out.
Yeah.
One time. That ball bounced a couple times in a one-touch goal, coast to coast in about 10 seconds.
This ball will go out on that far side and out for a goal kick. We talked about it kind of in the opener, Dan, about how, they experienced from last year, from losing in the final to the Kingdom. Would that experience benefit this Farmington side? Detroit City also losing in the semifinal to the same Kingdom that eventually became the state champions.
Both these teams did lose in the final 8 of the state to the Kalamazoo Kingdom in different rounds. But now one of them is about ready to claim that state cup trophy.
Hard collision. His ball is still inside. Look at this. As Sauceda comes out, he'll pick it up. Time is running out here for Detroit City FC. Time feels like it's going so quickly for Detroit City and going so slow for Farmington. Ball put up, looking for Jarzewski, and shielding the ball. And
we are now 2.5 minutes into stoppage time at the end of the second overtime period. So we're in the waning seconds of this game. Farmington Fury up 3-1 over DCFC Rouge.
Referee looking at his watch once again. Ball is played up towards midfield, one back. This long-range shot on Sauceda makes a huge save. Unfortunately, he has been left a little bit out to dry here this afternoon. And look at that. Farmington Fury are the 2025 state champions for the U14 Premier Division.
Fury never trailed in this game. They're up 1-0 at the half. They score twice in the second overtime period to put this game away. This is the first time this group has won a state cup title. Again, we've talked about it. Both teams lost in the state cup tournament to the Kalamazoo Kingdom a year ago. Now the Farmington Fury stand alone in the state of Michigan in the U14 Premier Division. And they will get an automatic bid into the Midwest Regional here coming up in 3 weeks in Overland, Kansas.
Final score here is 3-1 in favor of Farmington SC and the Fury. I want to thank you for stopping by here today and being a part of this broadcast and all the broadcasts here on the National Soccer Network. Let's take a look here at how we got here this afternoon. We'll start here with this first goal of the game. Again, scored by number 17, Morgan Gill, in the 19th minute. Equalizer coming in the second half off the foot of none other than Caleb Brissett. Makes it 1-1. We head into the extra time period, and then Carson Seitz just decides to take it on his own, sneaks one past Sauceda. That becomes the eventual game winner. And then, this is just icing on the cake.
Coast to coast in about 10 seconds. Look at this. This is a set piece from their own 18.
Ball is from you just
2, 3, 4 bounces, and then the breakaway cashed in. That paycheck gives a 2-goal advantage, and that's where we stand at the end of this game. Farmington Fury coming away with a 3-1 victory.
Want to thank you for stopping by here today. Next game coming up here at 1:30 on both the National Soccer Network and MSYSA YouTube channels. Want to thank our production team, Dan Sticker. My name's Jonathan Turner. So long, everybody.